This is four things men learn way too late in life. Y'all know the deal is basically O, aka Cole Brown Official. We start number four and we go down to number one. So number four is most people will not be happy for you. This is something I took a long time to realize. You know, I suffered a lot because I always thought people was gonna be happy for me, they was gonna be there for me. That's not the case, right? And a lot of people, they overshare their lives, or they get in a situation where, oh, he was supposed to be happy for me and he's not. You know, I've talked to many guys that got in shape, and before they got in shape, they was more liked by their friends and family, right? They went and lost shape. Oh, you think you better than us and all this other stuff. Like, sometimes when you grow, you outgrow people, and that makes them feel inferior, and they will start hating on you, right? Or situations like people will brag on their partner. You know, a girl would have a boyfriend and, oh, he beat this thing up. Oh, he slanging, he hung. She'll go tell her friend that. Next you know, the couple breaks up and her friend sleeping with that dude. She trying to find out what that's about. Vice versa. I done seen dudes bragging about their girl. Oh, she the throat goat. Then the friend heard that, he like, man, I'm trying to see what that's about. The girl I mess with, she don't do none of that. And then they break up and now he messing with the old dude's ex. You know, I done seen that type of stuff many times. So a lot of times it's just best to lay low. It's best to just keep your head down and keep a lot of shit to yourself, because you think sharing and, you know, and I done talked about my experiences on here before in the past. I don't try to do it too much. But sometimes you think people are going to be happy for you, but they get jealous instead, right? Now, some people are solid. They're not going to get jealous. They're always going to be happy for you, no matter what you do. But a lot of times, when you doing too well, people will feel some type of way about you. They will start to hate on you. And a lot of times, they will sabotage you, man. I've told y'all a story. You know, I had a friend, knew for years, lived with, set me up. He messaging the girl I'm seeing, oh, Cole don't like you like that. He's just trying to smash. And that wasn't even the case. Like, I was into this girl, you know, so I done had situations like that, you know, because I was getting a girl he wanted. So I always realized that, like, a lot of people are selfish, man. Humans, we are selfish creatures. So don't expect people to always be happy for you. And having that in your mind that people won't always be happy for you, you will move a lot better. You will stay low key in certain things. Because sometimes we overshare and we really sabotaging ourselves, you know. Going on to point number 3 is life is probability. Everything in life is a probability. I feel like a lot of people, I've told y'all this many times, people come online and say things with a lot of conviction, and that's what gets the views. So I understand why people do that. This is the way, this is how it goes. And people buy into that because when you say stuff like this, and this, like I made videos about Hamza. When you do stuff like that, people will buy into it. But things are hardly ever, this is the facts and this is the way it is. Most things are in the gray. You know, people say this is black and white. A lot of shit is in the gray. You shouldn't be like, oh, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm liberal, I'm conservative. Like, you should have, okay, I side towards this side, but I disagree with this, and this. And a lot of people, and this is very human-like too, like, we always want the easy way out. So instead of thinking of every separate point, we just say, oh, this is our group, this is the way we think, this is the way I move. Even though you really might not feel that way. You should be able to argue against what you believe in. You should be able to argue against what you believe in, but a lot of y'all just hear something, this sounds good. They feed you some truth, some hard facts, and then you agree with everything this person says. You agree with everything this party says. Because I used to do that in the past. I used to watch dudes like, they say this the way it is, and then no matter what, this the way it is. This is true facts, this the way it is. And it's like, that's not the way to be, man. And when people disagree with me, like, some people make a big deal out of it. Like, I expect y'all to disagree on certain shit. I don't expect anybody to watch me and agree with everything I say. I expect some disagreements, and that's perfectly fine. You know, I've said some stuff in the past, and people are like, oh, this ain't it, bro. I'm not watching. It's like, okay, if you feel that way, that's fine. But I expect you to disagree on certain stuff. I don't expect anybody to follow me blindly. And if we disagree on something, okay, cool. Let's talk about it. It's that simple. But I don't expect anybody just to follow me blindly. And if you don't agree with this, and this, then F you. I've never been like that, man. And that's why so many people are closed-minded, because they don't want to think for themselves, bro. They find somebody they like, and they follow everything they say. A lot of these dudes be like dick eating, meat munching. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, think for yourself. And I done had dudes I look up to as like mentors that would completely disagree with each other. But I can learn a lot of shit from this man, and I done learned a lot of shit from this man, and that's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is, bro. You should have your own ideas, man. You should be able to question certain shit. You shouldn't just follow everything. Oh, this is facts. No, a lot of shit is in the grave, man. You know, a lot of shit is probability. Stop looking at it like this is hard facts. No, 90% of the time, it might be like that. But sometimes there's exceptions, you know? Going on to point number 2 is continue learning. Continue learning, man. I can't tell you how many dudes have told me, usually older guys told me like, oh, man, I wish I went to college. Oh, I should have did this. I should have did that. And I think college, if you're going for the right thing, it's a good idea. But on top of that, a lot of these guys, when they didn't go to college, they just stopped trying. They just stopped trying. They stopped learning. Most dudes, they got out of high school and they stopped learning. They never picked up a book again. They never listened to no audiobook. They never tried to educate themselves about anything. So they stopped growing as soon as they got out of high school. So college can be a great thing. But a lot of these people, they suffer because they're like, oh, if I'm not going to college, then I'm done learning. No, you have to self-educate yourself. You have to be learning. You have to be teaching yourself. Or you will stay the same. A lot of people, once you get by 25, once you done locked in them habits, you probably going to stay that way the rest of your life. Unless you have something traumatic happen to you. Unless something changes drastically in your life, you probably going to stay the same way. So for the young guys, like, start early. Start trying to learn new shit. Just because you're not in college or you're in school, that doesn't mean you stop learning. That means you start learning about the shit you actually want to know, right? Because a lot of shit we learned in high school is bullshit. Let's keep it real. A lot of shit we learned in high school, you never used it again and it was bullshit. Now you out of school, you're not learning, you have more time, right? A lot of us work these jobs where we might be working physically, but it's not a lot of mental work. You know, a lot of low-end jobs, it's not a lot of mental work. So start working your mental on your own. Start learning new shit on your own. So you can change your situation. So you can keep growing and keep becoming better. That's what it's about. So you can get to a happier life, right? When you stagnant, when you're not doing shit, that's when you're going to start getting depressed. That's when you're going to start feeling bad. Because you know you're not going anywhere with your life. You know you're going to be working that job for your whole life. And you don't want to be doing that. So self-education is so important, man. Just because you're not in school, that doesn't mean you just stop learning. You have to learn what you actually want to know now, right? You don't have to learn all the bullshit you learned in high school. Start learning stuff you're actually interested about. And that will make you a more interesting person. See, a lot of people I meet nowadays, boring as fuck. They don't talk about shit. They all talk about the same shit. You can talk about football, and they talk about drinking. They might talk about a little bit of basketball, but besides that, they know nothing. Be different, bro. Start learning. Keep educating yourself. That will separate you from everybody, right? And last but not least is the time matters, bro. The time matters, bro. And when I say this, I think about my dad. And there's no shade towards my dad, but I see my dad do a lot of shit for people, and they're ungrateful for it, bro. You know, and this is how I used to be in the past. I used to do a lot of shit for people, and they were ungrateful for it. And I just give my time away. I just do favors for people. Oh, I'm being a good person. They tell me to be a good person. You got to be good to good people, man. Don't waste your time on people that don't appreciate your time. Like, I didn't see my dad, you know, take his patients to grocery stores, taking them grocery shopping and all this other shit, and they don't appreciate it, bro. They don't. But he's wasting his time that he will never get back. The time matters. Even if you're dating a girl, right? I know one dude dating a girl, and he really don't even want to be with her. But you scared to break it off. It's like the time matters. Don't be wasting time with people that you know you don't have a future with. Right? Now, I'm not saying you can't enjoy their company and stuff, but if you're not enjoying their company, what are you doing? Right? Like, that shit is crazy to me. Because you feel like you don't want to be alone. Don't waste your time like that, bro. The time matters. If you work in a job that you absolutely hate, start finding a plan to get out of there, because the time matters. You don't want to look back on life and be like, man, why did I date this girl for 5 years? She treated me like shit. Why did I work this job for 10 years? I hated every day of that shit. Start making an escape plan, because the time matters, bro. Stop pushing shit back. Like I told y'all, my grandpa told me when I was in Canada, he like, if you can travel, travel, man. Because a lot of people, they push it back, push it back, push it back. And then you so old you can hardly move. My grandpa can't travel anymore. He's in the old folks' home. That's probably where he'll be for the rest of his life. And he wished he could travel now. Now, he done took some trips, but he wished he would have traveled more. The time matters, bro. Stop bullshitting. Stop wasting your time. And it's so easy to get distracted in today's world with the junk food, with the porn, with the video games. It's so easy to get distracted, man. But the time matters, bro. Stop throwing away your time because you don't want to be 40, 50, 60 years old and look up and be like, damn, where'd the time go? What did I do with my life? You know, because if you don't have a plan for yourself, like I tell y'all, man, these companies will make a plan for you. These social media sites, apps, they'll make a plan for you. Your job will make a plan for you. If you don't make a plan for yourself, they're going to make a plan for you. And a lot of times that plan will never be in your best interest. That plan that they make for you is not in your best interest. So, man, going through it again, starting number 4, most people will not be happy for you. So keep a lot of shit on the low. Every time you win, you ain't got to let everybody know. Point number 3, life is probability, man. Don't follow 100% of what people say, bro. You know, don't subscribe to these groups like, oh, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm this type of person, I'm a feminist, all this other shit. Don't do that shit, bro. Have your own ideas. Be able to think everything out. Don't agree everything. You should be able to argue against what you believe in. Next, continue learning. Just because you're not in high school, just because you're not in college, that doesn't mean you just stop learning. It's time to start learning about shit you actually care about and shit that can progress your life. It might be spiritual. It might be about health. It might be to get a better job. But that's important to keep learning. And last but not least, the time matters. Stop wasting time with people that don't appreciate you, man. I told y'all, like, all the women I've dealt with in the past year and a half have treated me great. And it's like, because on the first date, if I seen something that's like, I wouldn't want to be around you, I'm not going to be around her. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all might get thirsty and you just want to smash so bad that you'll deal with a girl that isn't pleasant to be around. Nah, that's out, bro. That's out. Or you've been friends with this dude for so long. So even though he throw mad shade at you and he disrespect you sometimes, you're going to keep hanging out with him because y'all known each other so long. Man, forget about that shit, bro. The time matters. Stop throwing it away. But that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know what y'all think about the video in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.